Coming up next on the Channel 2 News Tonight, they are partying all over the Southland tonight, celebrating the tradition of St. Patrick's Day. The LAPD is flooding the streets tonight as well, looking for people who should not be driving.
Also, some folks are spending this Irish holiday recovering from the big snowstorm, and it could take them some time to dig out. Mary Tyler Moore is back with another new movie. Gary Franklin has a review, so we've got all that and a good deal more coming up next.
This is Channel 2 News with John Schubeck, Tritia Toyota, weather with Kevin O'Connell, and Jim Hill on sports. From Los Angeles, this is Channel 2 News Tonight.
St. Patrick's Day, 1986, a day when all the world is Irish, a day filled with frivolity and festivity, a day to get a little crazy. It's also the night when the Los Angeles Police Department is out specially looking tonight for drunk drivers, for those folks who've gotten a little too crazy. Good evening, everybody. Los Angeles police have set up 2 sobriety checkpoints tonight, something they haven't done since New Year's Eve. Steve Kometko has the story.
Car by car, driver by driver, one at a time. That's how Los Angeles police are looking for drunks behind the wheel tonight.
We are running a sobriety checkpoint here tonight to deter and seek out any drinking drivers. Have you had anything at all today to drink?
No St. Patrick's Day party.
LAPD set up 2 sobriety checkpoints tonight, one downtown and this one in Van Nuys. They're convinced some people are celebrating St. Patrick's Day with one too many green beers. It's an inconvenience that takes about a minute, but drivers we talked to said they didn't mind.
I think it's a terrific idea. Hopefully it will keep some people alive.
If it will help whoever, I guess I don't mind.
I guess they have to do it. Since it's St. Patrick's Day and all that stuff, there'll be a lot of drunk drivers.
And some drivers were pulled over. Unable to walk the straight and narrow, they were carted off to jail. Figures show half of all traffic deaths are caused by drunk drivers. And police say they're out here to raise public awareness about mixing your booze with a steering wheel.
We don't want to arrest anyone out there. We want the impact of the public to know that we're out there, and we don't want them to drink and drive. That is our whole purpose. Arrests are not our purpose.
This is the dispatch center at Checker Cab, and tonight they're offering free rides, up to 10 miles for folks who call in too drunk to drive. They've been busy.
We ran about 200 trips from bars and restaurants, and we hope we saved somebody's life on the streets.
Get pencil and paper handy. We have a phone number for you. Checker Cab will be offering those free rides until the bars close at 2 a.m. in Los Angeles, and the phone number is area code 213-482-3456. It's on your screen. We have one final note. Some members of the Irish community are claiming discrimination by police because of the sobriety checkpoints on this Irish holiday. Well, police say they are not trying to put any ethnic group in a bad light, that their intention is just to get drunk drivers off the streets. They very well may also be setting up the checkpoints on other ethnic holidays like Cinco de Mayo and the All-American 4th of July.
All right, Steve. Cops giving you grades on the street. System in the schools may be changing. There will soon be no more Fs for the youngest students in the LA school system, as the school board voted today to give troubled students, those who aren't doing that well, at the lower levels at least, an N, meaning needs improvement. The change will affect students in kindergarten through 2nd grade. The supporters of the plan say it will prevent youngsters from feeling like failures and therefore disliking or even quitting school later on. The board voted, the vote I should say was 5-2, with some members wanting to carry this change into the higher grades. Opponents saying bad grades are not a cause of failure, but a reflection of it. Tricia.
John, paroled killer Ronald Melvin, accused of raping young girls on their way home from school, will be back in court tomorrow. Today he was formally charged with 26 rapes, kidnappings, and sexual assaults. Melvin is the leading and so far the only suspect in a string of after-school attacks in the Wilshire district. If convicted of all the charges against him, he could get as much as 120 years in prison. The youngest victim, Melvin, is accused of raping only 8 years old, the oldest 18. Melvin is on parole after serving 7 years in prison for killing a 17-year-old New York City girl. And a young man testified in court today that he believes Richard Ramirez is the man that he saw commit one of the Night Stalker murders. 22-year-old Jorge Gallegos took the stand in Ramirez's preliminary hearing. Ramirez is facing 14 counts of murder in Los Angeles County. Gallegos saw an attack in Monterey Park exactly 1 year ago tonight. He described watching an argument on this street between a man and a woman. He looked away, the woman screamed for help. And when he looked back, the man was gone and the woman, Veronica Yu, was dying. Under defense questioning, Gallegos said the man looked like Ramirez. Ramirez's attorneys say that the testimony is suspect. This is what they had to say about that today.
It appeared that his identification of Richard Ramirez was an afterthought. He never told the police that. He never told anyone that. And finally today he's coming in and saying that's the man.
Preliminary hearing will continue tomorrow with more testimony on the Monterey Park murder.
Tomorrow also, Trish, the Orange County Board of Supervisors will vote on where to build a new jail. That's a vote that's expected to unleash a flurry of protests no matter where the outcome is selected. 4 sites are being considered, 2 in Anaheim, 2 in Santa Ana. Today, the mayor of Anaheim made it clear that building a jail either near Disneyland or the Anaheim Stadium would hurt tourism.
We all know that Disneyland is known as the hub of happiness throughout the world, not just the United States. Let's not change it to the hub of despair and that of a jail.
But the jail has to go somewhere, they say, as the federal judge has ordered Orange County to ease overcrowding at the county jail. Tricia.
Just how much money Ferdinand Marcos has here in the United States should be known soon. It is estimated that he owns at least $100 million worth of property here, and that should be detailed on how by a federal judge. The judge has ordered the release of financial records Marcos kept in the U.S. Meantime, if he does not feel welcome here, he will not be able to go to Spain. The government there gave a big no today to the possibility of granting Marcos asylum.
President Reagan is making his final push, so to speak, for U.S. military aid to the Contra rebels fighting the Nicaraguan government. Congressional votes on the issue are scheduled for later this week, as today the president met with his Central American envoy, Philip Habib. Last night, Mr. Reagan made a nationwide television address asking for $100 million in aid to the Contras. Today, Philip Habib told the president a new poll shows Central Americans support that policy.
So this week in the United States, it's going to be our time to stand up and be counted.
House Speaker Tip O'Neill showed his opposition.
I think our policy is wrong every inch of the way. You're just not going to get there with military might without getting ourselves into it.
One other foreign country, Ireland, was on the president's mind today. He greeted the Irish Prime Minister on this St. Patrick's Day, and at lunch he was surprised by an actor dressed up as a leprechaun, a presentation of the Irish members of the White House staff. The president, meantime, continued his celebration of this day today in an evening tribute to another famous Irish American, Tip O'Neill himself, and tonight politics was pushed aside.
I wanted to come here tonight to join you in saluting Tip O'Neill, to salute him for the years of dedication and devotion to country. Tip's recollections of politics go back, of course, far beyond my own. He's
The 73-year-old Speaker of the House is ending a long career in the Congress. He has decided now to not seek re-election after 34 years in the House.
Well, John, by custom and tradition, St. Patrick's Day, a time of celebration, a springtime ritual, if you will. Channel 2's Paula Zahn has a live report from one place where the St. Patrick's ritual is always important. Hi, Paula.
You're looking at Monaghan's in Pasadena. It has probably one of the longest histories of honoring St. Patrick's Day in the area. It's been here for 20 years, and each year the party gets bigger. There's been some pretty serious maneuvering to get in here today, with some people from companies in the surrounding area actually splitting shifts, waiting in line to get in here. But whether you came at noon today or later tonight, didn't matter. You had to have a lot of staying power just to get in here. You had to really want to get into this place tonight, because what you found at the back door to Monaghan's, you also found at the front door. Wide awake. You've been waiting out here a little while, too.
About 2.5 hours. Great hours. It's my mother's birthday, so I'm giving the Irish for her.
About a couple of hours, actually. I don't know why I'm standing in line. I've never waited in line that long, but it better be worth it. There better be some nice, cute leprechaun in there waiting for me.
Once inside, the crowd indulged itself with the sounds of Ireland. And the tastes of Ireland. something veteran Monaghan goers come back for year after year.
St. Patrick's Day on 76, all the way to 86. That's 11 years. I mean, I must be some kind of a masochist.
The official Monaghan leprechaun is also an old hand at all of this. This is his 20th year of coming here. Clearly, a man very serious about his duties of the day.
Having people touch me, and the ladies have to kiss me for good luck.
But you like that?
If they don't, they have... Well, somebody's got to do it.
The Monaghans will stay open until 2 o'clock this morning, and contrary to what you might expect, the party is not winding down here. In fact, there are still 1 hour-long lines wrapped around the building. This is Paula Zahn reporting live.
Okay, we more or less got it, Paula. Boy, a scene being repeated all over the country tonight. We have a good deal ahead tonight. One of our standard Irish guys, Kevin's going to step in with some good news on the weather front.
However, the weather is causing some big problems for people up in Crestline. They've got a lot of snow up there. The underwater search continues tonight for vital pieces of the Space Shuttle Challenger and its rocket boosters. Today off Cape Canaveral, one Navy ship brought up a piece that may be from the Wright booster rocket blamed for the disaster. A second ship is concentrating on recovering submerged pieces of the shuttle's crew compartment. The space agency now says that Challenger was launched on its fatal mission with more than 700 parts that the agency knew were not fail-safe. That is, parts that had no backups in case of malfunction.
In the San Bernardino Mountains, people are trying to recover from some of the worst snows they've had in many years. They figure 7 years to be exact. The storm that brought heavy rains to the low-lying areas over the weekend delivered up to 2 feet of snow in Crestline. And the weight of all that snow snapped trees and power lines, and tonight 1,400 people living in that area still without power.
At home, all our power was out since, well, let's see, about 6 o'clock, was it?
6:30 in the morning.
6:30 yesterday morning, and we still have no power. The only thing we have is a telephone and the gas fireplace.
And really clean air. Most of the main roads weren't cleared until this morning. Snow plows having a tough time getting through. And authorities, as you might expect looking at these scenes, are warning people who may be planning a winter visit to stay home unless they come prepared. What about this week coming up? Could all that stuff start melting? I have a feeling it's going to go on.
Well, we may have our first Santa Ana, or our last one of winter, because spring arrives officially on Thursday, John, and we're talking about temperatures probably getting closer to 80 degrees as we say goodbye to the winter and hello to the spring on Wednesday and Thursday. Outside we go, checking out the city lights tonight, 68 and 44, the high and low today. Right now we have half a moon, 61 degrees. The other half is some of those gin mills out there, and I think they're getting pretty loaded. Barometer steady. Barometric pressure is going to be going up the next few days, 34% the relative humidity. Our northeast breeze is currently at 7 miles an hour. This high pressure is going to be the major weather force the next couple of days. We had a few lingering thunder showers tonight, all complements of some unstable air that was right behind this huge winter storm that is going to be the plains problem tomorrow. Now, as this high starts to build in, it's going to do two things. It'll warm us up, give us plenty of sunshine, and start shifting that jet stream a little bit. The storm track. It's going to be moving well to the north as opposed to coming right through our backyard. And that means at least for the next 3 or 4 days, we're going to be looking much more normal than we have been over the past couple of weeks. A lot drier, too, I should add. Tomorrow, we're going to raise those numbers for you just a wee bit. Certainly, the Santa Ana type breezes will start kicking in on Wednesday. There are the mountain and desert numbers. And, of course, a lot of the ski area is very happy. Not only Mother Nature has made a contribution in the snow department, but temperatures as well are going to be so cold they can even make some more. And they picked up between 1 and 3 feet of snow over the weekend. Thunder showers in the southeast. This is the storm we had yesterday. It's moving real fast through parts of Nebraska this evening and right on into the Midwest tomorrow. Winter and spring are going to go head-to-head. Winter's going to win that battle, I'll tell you right now. Nice conditions here in the southwest. As far as that high-pressure dome is concerned, it's going to, again, divert a lot of stuff well to our north. It's going to be a wood-burning blanket night here in the Southland. Clear and cool, 46. Next 5 days look like lots of sunshine. Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll have a partly cloudy Thursday, maybe a few more clouds on Friday and Saturday as things may start dropping a wee bit, and you'll see those temperatures average about 80 degrees on Wednesday and Thursday and high 70s over the next couple of days, possibly Friday and Saturday. So it does look like the next couple of days are just what the Irishman ordered. No blarney, but a lot of sunshine. We could deserve it, and we use it. Happy St. Patrick's Day, folks, for what's left.
We're going to see if Gary Franklin runs hot and cold on the Mary Tyler Moore movie that's out now after this.
In his movie review tonight, Hollywood correspondent Gary Franklin looks at the new Mary Tyler Moore film, a film that explores relationships and the way we live and how we can be jolted out of seemingly deep ruts.
More or less. Just Between Friends doesn't really open till next Friday, but they had an advertised sneak preview last Saturday, so that's open. Anyway, it's really a movie about two women, but it should be of interest to intelligent men, too. Mary Tyler Moore plays the wife of an earthquake scientist, and she's beginning to be itchy about home life and thinks about running a workout place. Christine Lottie is a TV reporter trying to become an anchor person, but is blocked by a producer who's either sleeping with or trying to with the incumbent anchor person, who's not very bright. This leads to some great satire, but the real story is that MTM and Lottie are friends, neither knowing that Lottie's current affair is with none other than with MTM's science husband. Of course, it comes out, and here's a sample.
Mom! Yes! Kim, how come the door's locked?
Because your mother and I were doing it.
The film draws some beautiful sketches of contemporary marriage. One of the best scenes comes when the TV reporter realizes that her best friend's husband is, you guessed it, it happens during a dinner visit.
Yeah? Look, you didn't eat the rest of the ice cream. Who did? Stanley? I don't think...
Yeah? Kim, I'd like you to meet Sandy.
Hi. Kim?
Hi.
Sandy Dunlap.
This week at 6.